There is nothing more serious in public life than the decision to go to war, any war. In too many instances, when making the case for war, administration officials distorted the facts or said things that were not supported by the facts, said things that they knew or should have known were not true.
What it says is statements by the president were not substantiated by intelligence, and then it says statements by the president were contradicted by available intelligence. In other words, they made things up, and they made them up and gave them to Colin Powell and others who believed them. I think Colin Powell did not know that he was lying, but he was. He was given intelligence that people in the intelligence community at the time knew were not true. This is not a case of 20/20 hindsight. This is a case of what was available then. The National Intelligence Estimate on Iraq and weapons of mass destruction was read by 7 senators before they voted to go to war. And one of them was the chairman of the Intelligence Committee, Bob Graham, who read it and went to the floor of the Senate and said, "I've read it. I'm chairman of the Intelligence Committee. It's not persuasive. There's not a good case here for this war." So people had the opportunity at the time, if they were reading the intelligence that was available to them. And to say that this is only something that we could have known years later is just not true. Well, the Senator McCain's statements are contradicted by the facts, too. The facts in a Senate report, the facts that Republican senators voted for. He is a big proponent of the war, but he's also now justifying the intelligence claims of the president, which now we have the evidence, we have the proof, 4 years too late, that those statements were flat out wrong. And these weren't close calls. They made things up. The fact that 80–90% of the American people supported the president, that we were all wanting to do something about 9/11, doesn't change the legal responsibilities of the Congress to do oversight. It doesn't change the legal responsibilities of the intelligence community to analyze and report the truth. And very few of them did. One of them, the State Department Intelligence Community, the State Department Intelligence Bureau, was absolutely spot on. You never heard that at the time. You were never told that there were dissenting opinions. I just don't think we can let these people back into polite society and give them jobs on university boards and corporate boards and just pretend that nothing ever happened when there are 4,000 American dead and 25,000 Americans grievously wounded, and they'll carry those wounds and suffer all the rest of their lives. Someone should have to pay in some way for the decisions that they made to mislead the American people.